Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean from the Board of Elections. And stay with us on News Channel 8 all day tomorrow, starting at 6 p.m. for coverage of the 2008 primary. But for now, let's focus on what's happening in our territory. Our lead story tonight takes us to St. Thomas, where a gypsy taxi cab driver was shot and killed in the hospital area of St. Thomas. Lee Carl brings us that story.
Another killing, this one in St. Thomas in the hospital ground area. It turns out that the man killed was identified, not by name at this point until notification of next of kin, as a gypsy taxi driver. He was driving a green Tercel, and his car was found in the hospital ground area near the Bethel Baptist Church. Police say they had a difficult time of it because the body of the man with the gunshot wounds was in his Tercel, and the car was locked. So they had to get somebody with a Slim Jim to open the vehicle, and the investigation is underway as to what happened. Speculation, well, possibility that he drove someone as a gypsy taxi driver, and that person is the person who tried to rob him. He may have struggled with him, gunshots, and then that person, believe it or not, may have locked the car and left the area. Police now are looking at possibility of fingerprints in the vehicle, on the car, on the vehicle itself, and also to asking anyone with any information about the background on this person as a gypsy taxi driver who was known to frequent the greenhouse area where he picked up people to take them on as a taxi. So the investigation underway. Anyone with any information on this, call the regular police numbers or 911. In St. Thomas, Lee Carl for News.
Yesterday we got exclusive footage of a homicide, and now we're going to follow up with more information on that homicide with our own Wes Small.
I'm standing here in Ginger Thomas. This is the aftermath of yesterday's shootout between a 41-year-old man and a minor. Details are still sketchy. You might remember my exclusive report yesterday afternoon at 5 o'clock. News Channel 8 employees around that corner at Barron Spot were on the porch waiting to tape our show, and then we heard gunshots. First the first volley and then the second volley. Here's what we believe happened. A 41-year-old man that is dead apparently came to this area to confront the teenage minor about an altercation that happened in school earlier that day against his son. From what we know, the teenager grabbed his gun and fired a shot or some shots at the 41-year-old man. 41-year-old man returned fire, hit the youth in his arm or his hand where he's recovering at Juan Louis Hospital. The youth returned fire again, killing the 41-year-old man. And you saw forensics and so forth, and the morgue taking that body out. The next of kin has not officially identified the body, so his name at this time has not been released. I just got off the phone with Melody Rames. So this leads to the speculation. Remember what Chief Benta had said, that this altercation that just got out of hand between this 41-year-old man and the minor, shootout right here, 5 o'clock, Ginger Thomas. Now the 41-year-old man is dead, the minor recovering from his wounds. That's all the information we have at this time. If you know anything about this crime that happened in Ginger Thomas yesterday afternoon around 5 o'clock, you should call 778-2211 or 911. If we have any more information from Chief Benta or Melody Raines, VIPD spokesperson, News Channel 8 will get that to you. So far, that's all we have. Reporting from Ginger Thomas, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
We now turn to Mount Pleasant, where a lady is suffering from rather unfortunate and unpleasant news from WAPA. Wes Small brings us that story.
Okay, well, today we're in Mount Pleasant, and I'm here with Emily Small, no relation. No. But she called me this morning because she is a stroke victim, unfortunately. Also, she has diabetes, high blood pressure, and cholesterol. Looks like you've got the whole package. And you called me because of what?
Of my light bill. It's sky high and it's making my pressure go up too much. Because what happened is, about 2 months back, I got a light bill for $202. Where I said, okay, patient, I'll pay that. The other month, I got one for $225. I went to Human Services for that. Plus, I got a housing check, so I had to put that towards it. And now I got one for $347. Ain't no way I could pay that because I'm getting a help from the government. Before, about 6 years back, I had a friend, and that friend died. He was helping me. But now he died. That's when I turned to the government to get help. And the money that I'm getting from the government is $180 plus the food stamp. But the food stamp is really good, really good. But when I get $180, I can't pay my bill. Plus I have my grandchildren and my kids. They help me out, but they're getting fed up on me too because they have their own life to live and they have the bills to pay also.
Well, it's political time, and we're 48 hours away from the first primary. And you're a voter. When you go to the polls and vote, you're going to keep these things in mind, aren't you?
Oh yes, surely I would.
And what do you want these politicians out here and the leaders and WAPA and everyone else to know? Because you're not alone in this boat. There's thousands of people that are watching this broadcast and they feel the same way that you do.
Oh yes. But a lot of people can't talk up. They don't know how to talk up. But I have to talk because I don't have no other help, no other means of getting no money. And it's terrible. It's making my pressure go up high.
Said you contacted the lieutenant governor's office and
my granddaughter, she works there, and I gave her my light bill to speak to someone, and the lady told her that she will have to they will send WAPA to check it out.
To check and see what's going on. Why this single woman, this senior citizen, this great-grandmother, diabetic, cholesterol patient, high blood pressure, and a stroke victim has to come under these circumstances. Can anyone help? And we're 48 hours away from the primary. There you have it.
All I'm begging is if they could come and change my meter or something, do something about it. It's getting to me.
And you feel very warm right now. I want you to take care of your great-grand there. You're
Yes.
babysitting, and you relax, get under the fan while you still have current.
Oh, yes.
And get some rest.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. News Channel 8 is always here for you. I'm Wes Small.
We have more news after the break.